everybody, my name is Kyla and welcome to my channel. I am in my first semester of nursing school and I will be posting videos all about my journey throughout nursing school and beyond. So if you are interested and would like to take the ride along with me, then please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I'm just jump right ahead into today's video, and in today's video I'll be giving 5 tips on how to pass A&P with an A. Okay, like I mentioned in my first video, I had the pleasure of taking A&P not once, but twice. And everybody takes A&P twice because it's a 2-part class, but I took A&P part 1 twice. The first time I took it, I got a C+, realized that wasn't the grade that I wanted. I needed an A if I wanted to get into that nursing program, so I retook it and got an A-. And these 5 tips came from me realizing what I didn't do the first time and what I did the second time. So tip number 1, you must be ready to commit and put in effort. And I say commit because a lot of people drop A&P. A lot of people withdraw from A&P. They kind of realize how much effort it requires, and sometimes people aren't just ready to do that. So yeah, if you withdraw from the class, you're not going to get an A. Have to finish the semester out to get any grade. If you withdraw, you're not going to get any grade. So A&P is not an easy class. You might have to put in a lot of work to get the grade that you want in the end. So it requires some effort, okay? You don't get an A for effort in A&P. You got to put in that effort to get the A. You know what I mean? So tip number 2, knowing your learning style. When you know your learning style, it will save you time when studying, and you can study more effectively. Don't nobody want to be studying for days at a time and you're not retaining the information. So that is why it is good to know your learning style. I have a learning style quiz that you can take, and I'll leave that link in the description box. Yeah, when I took the quiz, it said that I was a tactile learner, and I already knew that. I had to handwrite all my notes in A&P. I need to write, type, draw, whatever. That is how I learn best. So on to tip number 3, go to office hours. I'm not saying that you gotta go to office hours after every lecture. You don't have to do that. I would recommend going to office hours before each test, and that is what I did the second time I took A&P 1. The first time I took A&P 1 and got that C+, I was not going to office hours, but the second time I took it and got that A, I was going to office hours before each test. And going to office hours gives you a chance to get clarification on things that you might not understand, that probably wasn't so clear in lecture. So now you get the opportunity to ask your professor, hey, I didn't get this. Can you explain it again? They might explain it in a way that they didn't explain to the whole class, and now you got that information. That is how to really get an A. And talking to your professor, you can be like, okay, well, I'm studying this way. Should I be studying like this? And they can be like, study like this. This will help you more. Or study this information. This information will be on the test more than that other information. You know, you really get the DL of what's going to be on the test. Don't go to Google for clarification. Go to your professor during office hours to get clarification on information that you might not understood when in lecture, or you're reading something in a book and you don't get it. You can go ask your professor during office hours. So some professors might give participation grades, right? So if you don't raise your hand in lecture, or you're not asking questions because you don't have any questions, you're not getting that participation grade. But if your professor sees that you're always up in their office, they will give you an extra grade for that effort that you put in. Maybe, not all professors do that, maybe. Okay, but I know some professors, if they see you putting in that effort, they will put in that little effort in your grade. Okay, so go to office hours. It will help you. And tip number 4, do well in your lab practicals. The lab practicals are strictly the anatomy tests. What part of the body is this? Can you name this part of the body? You only have 2 lab practicals each semester of A&P. So they might be a big chunk of your grade. So doing absolutely horrible on that test will impact your grade, no doubt. And doing good on that test, getting the 90s on that test, will impact your grade also. So you want to be getting them 90s, and the only way to do good on that test is to study beforehand. You can't learn all that information in one day. You need to study beforehand. As soon as those models are introduced to you during your lab times, then that's when you need to be studying them. Don't just start studying for your lab practical the day before you got to take it. You need to be studying ahead of time, and that is really the only way you can do well on lab practicals. Tip number 5, use other resources. And when I say other resources, I mean the internet, okay? It's a whole bunch of stuff. Don't go strictly based off the internet now, but use the internet to your advantage. Get on YouTube. When it's time to take that lab practical, get on YouTube and look up AMP1 lab practical 1. There's a whole bunch of videos of people pointing to each part of the models. Also, get on Pinterest. Pinterest has a lot of different concept maps or mnemonics or just different ways you can study that you might not have even thought to do. You know, yeah, get on Pinterest. I have a whole board on Pinterest called AMP that I used when I was taking AMP, and it really did help, and it really did make a difference. I found a lot of good stuff on there, so use other resources. Also, I bought this to help me. What is it? Ooh, I'm about to break it. So how about this little cube thing? It's a cube. It's a cube, and I bought it from Amazon, and it just has different parts, basically all the parts that you will need to study from. It has the parts of the lung. It has like this lung thing. It has this. Has the ear model, the eye model, GI tract model, not the whole GI tract, but you know, the kidney model. Okay, it did come in handy because I don't got no models at home, so you know, you can just look at this. Yep, and just go through it like this. Like, somebody else had this, and I was like, where'd you get that from? They got it from Amazon. That's why I said use other resources. Get on the internet and start searching things up. I think it was like $10. It wasn't a lot, but it was helpful. I don't use it now, but I probably should, because I'll be forgetting stuff. I forgot stuff, shoot, from AMP. Okay. But yes, use other resources to your advantage. Get on the internet and look up different ways to study. Yes, those were my 5 tips. If you found them helpful, then please give this video a like. Please subscribe to my channel so you can follow me throughout my nursing school journey. And until next time.